Many of us start from broke and have no idea how to actually even begin building our wealth. We're earning a low wage, don't feel like we can ever save enough money to get ahead, and constantly find ourselves falling behind on our bills. We want to invest, but how could it ever even be possible if we don't somehow get rich overnight? So we wait and wish and hope for something better to come along, waiting for the day our lives will change. We aren't lazy or stupid or reckless, we just haven't learned the proper way to get rich, and it feels hopeless. But we know deep down there is a way. We spend countless hours scrolling YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok looking for bits of advice, hoping we'll stumble across the answer we've been needing: how to earn more, how to begin investing, how to multiply and increase our income, how to get rich. We wish to ourselves that someone would just lay out the steps plainly and clearly for us, and if they did, we would certainly follow them all the way to the rich life. Well, guess what? In this video, we'll give you a laid-bare, completely honest, and fully usable roadmap to actually get rich. No joke and no lie. We've taken everything we know about earning money and building fortunes and boiled it down to 7 simple angles and practical steps that you can actually begin focusing on, using, and performing in order to get your first true start into the rich life. So, for those of you who are starting from nothing, pay close attention. And within a month or two, if you implement these steps, your life will be forever different. And for those who are already making decent money, you can use these principles and tips to increase your wealth beyond belief. This is the foundation to all wealth building, and we're going to give you the exact process. So, stay tuned. Welcome back to Lifestyle Billionaire Club, where future millionaires and the new rich come for inspiration and education on how to reach their goals, build true wealth, and learn to keep it. This channel isn't for the lazy, so if you aren't here to get inspired, you may as well leave now. But if you're a connoisseur of the good life, welcome, you found your home. And before we get into today's video, if you're dedicated to hitting your next level and continuing to learn and grow, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. And if you get value out of today's video, share it with friends, because remember, getting rich is more fun together. So let's get into it, shall we? These are the real and practical steps in life that you can use to multiply and increase your income, even if you're broke and in debt. Multiply and increase your income 10 times growth. A common phrase that gets thrown around the internet and all things entrepreneurship these days is 10 times growth. But what does it mean to have 10 times growth in your life and in your income? We tend to focus on this number because it's easy to think in multiples of 10, and thus easy to increase your life by setting this as a goal. If you can make $10,000, you can go to $100,000 and $1 million. But 10 times growth is not just about moving up the income chain in multiples of 10. There's also a concept about putting in 10 times the effort to achieve a desired income, or setting a goal 10 times larger than what you actually thought you wanted to accomplish. This concept is about learning to determine what it is that you want to accomplish and grow in your life. Then think 10 times larger than what you first imagined. This is what the 10 times rule truly is. Set your sights, determine the effort you believe you'll need to reach that goal, and then make up your mind to do 10 times that amount of work you think is needed to reach that goal. You'll inevitably fall a little short sometimes, so if you set your aim way beyond what you actually want and do 10 times the work, effort, planning, etc., you'll be sure to hit your mark. This rule of 10 times will ensure that you always grow well beyond your current thinking. You will have to challenge yourself leaps and bounds beyond your current capabilities. We can tend to think our goals will be easy to hit, and thus we don't actually put in the work and growth necessary to truly accomplish them. But by setting a goal 10 times beyond what you initially wanted, it will seem nearly impossible to you to ever reach it. But if you dedicate yourself to truly reaching it, you will be so constantly challenged and stretched to reach that goal that you can't help but force yourself to grow. This process will help you overshoot all goals you set for yourself. The world belongs to the learners. It's been said that in order to double your income, you must triple your learning. You won't ever be able to achieve new goals without learning new knowledge and skills. Thus, apply yourself to learning. We say 10 times your learning and you'll get there much faster and take yourself much further. Investing. When you think about investing, it may seem like some far-off goal for you, something unattainable right now. You'll wait until you're farther along in life to really begin investing. You may not have any extra money at this time in your life, and you may see it as wishful thinking, but I want to change that in you. I want you to think of investing as something attainable right now. Everybody has a job. All of our jobs go toward paying our monthly needs, our rent, our food, our gas, and a little bit of fun that we get to have. Your job pays for your needs, and if you're lucky and you're in the top percentile of people, you may have a little extra money each month that you can save or possibly invest. But most of us don't think that way. Most of us don't have any extra funds coming in at the end of the month, and we in fact find ourselves with too much month at the end of the money. We're broke, or worse, in debt, and where could we possibly find extra money to even begin investing? So what I would like to impress upon you is to work full-time on your job to cover your bills and your needs and your expenses just as you currently are, but then do a little extra. Work part-time on your fortune. What do I mean by this? Let me explain. Find some pursuit that you can do which will pay you for your efforts and concentrate this money solely as your savings. That becomes extra. That doesn't get touched for bills or needs, obligations. This is your fortune. Think of it this way. You weren't doing this extra job before now, and you somehow made do without the money you're now earning. This is now extra money, and you need to continue to make do without it. Every dollar you make from this new job or side hustle will go towards you, not to spending, not to bills, not to rent. This money is yours. Let no man lay claim to it but yourself. Now, this will take a lot of discipline, but trust us, it's worth it. If you begin to do this and pay yourself from this extra pursuit, you will quickly find that you're no longer broke. You've started to actually save and accumulate money, maybe for the first time in your life. Avoid all temptation to spend this money and instead save it as your investment fund, your future fortune account. We'll come back to this a little later and shed more light on it. Understand that wages are good and they make you a living, but profits make you a fortune. This is why I'm teaching you to build a profit-making side pursuit. It goes along with the last paragraph, and ideally, you would learn to develop a side job that doesn't pay you for your time invested, wages, but rather gives you a return for your money invested, profits. Start putting money aside from every dollar you earn. Each month, in addition to what you're doing with your side job, take a small percentage of what you earn and put it aside, untouched. Even if you don't feel you have enough money to spare, you need to find a way to pay yourself first. This is the first and most important rule of wealth. Always pay yourself first. Remember the philosophy of the poor and the rich. The poor spend their money and invest what's left over, which often is little to nothing. The rich invest their money first and spend what's left over. If you ever want to become rich, you've got to start thinking like the rich do. Start with 1% or even 5%, or if you can afford it, 10% is ideal. Record each dollar you make and take from it your set percent. Put that amount aside, untouched, first before you pay bills and spend it. You'll have to make do without this money, but there's a natural law that shows you'll always find a way to make do without it. You must begin to pay yourself first, even if it's small. Now, find something to invest it in that you can work on part-time, a few hours a week or so. This is how you find your side hustle. You identify an area of interest where you already have some strengths, and you invest yourself into a new skill or business that has the potential to earn you some amount of money. It could be as simple as an extra job to earn wages, but ideally, it would be some kind of entrepreneurial side hustle that has the potential to grow and earn apart from your time. This investment you're making is not your 401k. This is not some retirement account that you don't have any say in. This is a part-time fortune-making job. Find something that you're interested in or interested in learning and invest in it slowly if you need to, but put your money into it and spend some time on it. This could be an online program or course on how to make passive income, or it could be a multi-level network marketing job, or it could be a traditional business, etc. Go work on your fortune, invest in it, and learn about it, and increase your knowledge and skill so that you can actually earn from it. Eventually, you can build it up to where it makes you profit, and that extra money can go towards more savings and more investing. And this is important. Don't spend your profits from this job. Reinvest them. Always reinvest them. Treat this new money as if it doesn't exist for you. It was something you got by just fine without before, and now that it's earning, why should it be any different? This money is not yours to spend, but it's yours to invest and to make a fortune with. Now, all of a sudden, you're not just working on your job, but you are building yourself a fortune, untouched by the rest of your daily life. The poor work a job, pay their bills out of their wages, and invest the little bit they have left, if at all. The rich take their wages, invest in assets that give them some cash flow, and pay their bills out of that cash flow. Thus, they always are increasing their investments and also paying down their liabilities. You can't just expect to start on that level, but the sooner you begin to invest in new ventures that provide you with a return, the sooner you can grow your overall investments and turn your life around so that you're always paying yourself and your future first. Now, this is the conclusion. Increasing your income comes from focusing on goals and consistently reaching new heights. You can do this by the 10 times rule, which states that if you know your goal and the effort it should theoretically take for you to reach that goal, you determine for yourself to do 10 times that amount of work and effort so that you can constantly grow and challenge yourself, thus ensuring you always reach your goals. Additionally, increase in income comes from being able to invest your money and pay yourself first before spending it all on bills and liabilities. Learn to set up for yourself a side business that you can devote a little effort towards building. This new pursuit allows you to work full-time on your job and part-time on your fortune. Each dollar you make from this pursuit needs to be completely separate from your day-to-day life. It's not for paying bills or paying rent. It's for continuing to invest in yourself exclusively. After a short amount of time, you will turn a profit, reinvest this money, and continue to build new assets for yourself by repeating this process. Out of these assets, you will produce cash flow, and you can soon begin to pay your liabilities with your cash flow, which is produced solely by your assets. And now you can take your income from your job and continue to invest that into new assets. This is what separates the rich from the poor. It's a perpetual fortune building machine, but you can never get there if you don't start paying yourself first. And if you're broke now and don't know how to begin paying yourself with money you don't have, then you must create new income through additional work. And the key, remember, is to view this new money as untouchable by your daily life, needs, and obligations. This is freedom money. This money is allowed to go work and making you more valuable and building skills that can, in turn, earn you more new income. This additional new income must also go to creating more cash flowing assets in your life, little side hustles that grow and grow. Eventually, this cash flow, which has completely been created out of thin air and hard additional work and study, can now cover all of your liabilities, assuming you haven't increased your lifestyle expenses yet and are actually following our instructions. You are now financially free, and the money you earn from your job can be put towards creating more and more cash flow, and thus you build your fortune. So, what do you think? Was this useful? Do you now see a step-by-step plan in your life to actually go create wealth and investments? Whereas before, you were broke and had no way out? Let us know in the comments if you got value from this. It'll take discipline and hard work and thinking, but we know you can do it. So get off your computer and go build the rich life. We'll see you on the next one and keep helping you build on your path to wealth. Thanks for watching and check out the next video. As always, remember to subscribe and turn on post notifications.